Hello guys, it's Evelyn. I am going to attempt doing a watercolor painting. Now, I emphasize the word attempt because I have attempted this 2 other times and ended up totally and completely with a mess beyond compare. And I have scrapped those 2 paintings. And I am doing this in response to Miss Rene from Rene's coloring, or My Coloring Corner with Rene, telling me I needed to post a watercolor video. Let me put it this way. I don't do watercolor. I really don't do watercolor. I have tried little pans of watercolors. That was my first attempt. Oh, hell no. Then I tried watercolor brushes. Even worse. So I have resorted to my Neo 2s. I know they're a wax-based water-soluble crayon, but to get this done, this is what I'm going to use. I have my water set out. This is Durant watercolor paper, so it should work fine on this. And let's give it a try. And you'll notice it's a blank sheet of paper. I have a design in my head. Whether it's going to work or not, God only knows. So, and I have, let me show you my palette. This is from Stratford Medium. It's called Stratford palette. It's a watercolor, or actually it's a palette for paint. And it's actually a 9 by 12 sheet. I folded it in half because that's the only way it will fit on my desk. And I have laid down my Neo colors on it. So let's try this one more time. And I'll be honest, if it doesn't work this time, I'm saying the heck with it. And I'm ditching it. And I'm going to just tell Rene, nope, watercolors is not for me. Now I have my paper taped down to the board, to my little board here, in the hopes that it won't curl. I'm putting it, I was trying to do wet on wet, and honey, that was not working. So I am doing dry on dry, or wet on dry. I have 3 things of water, so that if one of them gets really dirty, I can move to another one. So, and I am kind of mixing a little bit, because I've got a pink, have a pink and a burgundy, and I want to make it a little darker pink and a little lighter burgundy, so I'm kind of mixing the 2. And I do it up on the where you can see, but yeah, I'm having trouble enough. I don't need to suddenly have my hand in the watercolor thing. Today has not been a good day for me. Started out by me dropping some items all over the floor. My tinted graphite pencils, or not graphite, charcoal pencils. I dumped my Neo 2s too, which is always a fun thing to do. And it's like, okay, I should have just gone back to bed. Really, it's been one of those days. Okay. This is water bottle full of water. I'm spritzing in an attempt to get kind of that watercolor blend without wetting the paper too much, because I want this a smooth transaction. But I can go back. This is only the first layer. And I've got the pencils. I didn't mark down the pencils I was using, or not the pencils, the Neo 2s I was using. I didn't write them down, because frankly, at this point on attempt 3, I'm kind of, it's like I just want to get something on the paper, and get something that's viable and looks halfway decent. I'm using 2 different purples here. I'm kind of mixing them to get the purple I want. That's one of the bonuses of watercolor or paint medium. You can mix the colors if you don't have a color that you exactly want. I do have the big set of Neo colors, but even then, sometimes I don't have the colors I want. I am using a number 6 round brush. I had a number 8 and the tip broke off. I was like, really? What else could go wrong for the day? Okay. So, as I said, today has not been a stellar day for me. And the worst part is I put my dog out after lunch about 1:30 or so, and totally and completely forgot about him. So he was out for almost 7 hours. Not that it was like he was out running loose. He was in my fenced-in backyard, but still, I feel incredibly guilty because I don't do that. I normally, only leave him out for a couple hours, so that he can run, but I don't leave him out because, he's my baby, and you don't just abandon your baby. But apparently today I abandoned my baby out in the yard. But he survived. He's now chilled out on the couch, living his best life. Like nothing happened, that he wasn't abandoned outside all day. So I can't really, he obviously is not worse for wear, but yeah, mommy's feeling incredibly guilty. It's just indicative of how my day is going, but that's okay. It just, as I said, it's just kind of like indicative of how my day is going. There's a reason why I don't watercolor. I'm not good at it. Water mediums and me are not friends. In any way, shape, or form. But it's very obvious by the fact that it's taken me 3 attempts to even get close to something I'm liking. And I'm hoping this at least turns out to be halfway decent. I don't know. But as I said, Rene challenged me, I'm going to say, or ordered me to make a video and post a watercolor, because I mistakenly told her that, oh, well, you should do the fairy wings on her one image in watercolor. That would be so pretty. Yeah, Didn't think that through, did I? Okay. That is the first coat. My paper is very wet. And you'll notice I kind of was doing it at an angle. It's for the effect that I'm wanting. I'm going to grab my heat gun and I'm going to dry this. I need it to be dry so whenever I do more layers and more color, I don't pick up what I've already laid down. So, grab my heat gun. And I may pause you here. Yeah, I'm going to pause you so you don't get to listen to the heat gun, but I do have the heat gun. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My paper is nice and dry. And that. So I'm going to go back in and put some more watercolor, intensifying some of these colors. I kind of want some dark up here, but I didn't want to go over it, you know, making it look more like it does in my mind's eye, how this should turn out. And by drying completely, I should be able to darken the colors without picking up a bunch of the colors that I've already laid down. I should be able to. I am not a watercolor expert by any stretch of the imagination. Please don't take what I'm saying for gospel, because, honey, I am the first to tell you I am not good at this. I am just not good. I know there's color names on here, but I'll be damned if I can find them. So, as I said, it's called medium. I'm not particularly comfortable with using, and I am attempting to do something that I have in my mind's eye. And I'm not sure if this is going to turn out the way I'm wanting. But, you know, it is what it is if it doesn't. I think I'm getting too sharper lines. I need to kind of soften these up a little. I'm trying not to use a lot of water, but just enough water. And this is my one big problem whenever I'm using watercolor, is I either have way too much water or not enough water to get the job done. This is why I'm not fond of watercolor. I am the first to admit I am not super fond of watercolor, for the reason that they're just picky as hell, you know. And maybe if I worked with them a little more, it would be better, but I just don't. It's not a medium I'm really comfortable with. And I'll be the first, but, you know, sometimes you gotta go outside your comfort zone. And this is what I'm doing, is going outside my comfort zone. Okay, so kind of want put in the purple. I want some of the purple, but I got too much purple in here. It's supposed to be kind of a nighty sky, and can't have a night sky with that's purple. So I want to darken some of this up. See, my problem is I run out of water, and then I get this scrapey where there's not enough water to move the paint. I need help. This is not my forte. And I have watched videos, guys. I mean, I've watched videos, and the people that make these watercolor videos, make it look so freaking easy. And it's not. It's just not. It's like, dude, this is not as easy as your, oh, well, you do this and it turns out perfect. No, that's not how things turn out for real people. You know, it's like, no, that's not how it turned out for me. It's like, it's a bloody ass mess. But, it is what it is. I'm doing it. I'm gonna post. I'm determined to post something. It may be a mess. I'll warn you. It may end up being a total and complete clusterfuck of a mess. Oh, I'm not supposed to cuss on here. Sorry, YouTube gods. But you know, I'm trying. So, it's supposed to be kind of a nighty sky. And to me, it doesn't look like a nighty sky. It just looks like random paint smeared on a page. A great artist I will never be. Okay? I can color with the best of them, but man, a great artist I am never going to be, I'll tell you. It's just not in my wheelhouse. And it's aggravating because my brother, even though I don't get along with him, is a fantastic watercolor artist. He did this scene of bicycles riding, which was absolutely freaking amazing. Extremely impressive in my eye. It is currently in a gallery, hanging in a gallery of a friend of his in Chicago. So, I mean, it's impressive. Talent just didn't hit me. I mean, it is so obvious that my brother got all the damn talent. This is a man I'm not even particularly fond of. Or at least I was whenever I was a small child. But as I've grown up and gotten to be more adult, I realized how much of an absolute prick he can be. Of course, then again, I'm pretty sure that all little sisters think they have their older brother at some point. Okay, that is the start. I'm actually pretty damn happy with that. Although I'm not happy with that, but see if I can smooth that out here. See, the wet on wet is supposed to not get you those lines, but I tried wet on wet. Once again, I'm going to grab my heat gun. As I drop it on the floor, I tell you, I am dropping everything today. It's horrible. I'm having a horrible day. And I'm going to start this and I'm going to pause one more time. Okay, it is dry. And if you don't have a heat gun and you want to see if your watercolors are dry, if you take the back of your hand and if the paint feels cool or the paper feels cool, it still has dampness in it. This does not feel cool. It is dry. I'm going to move my little palette here thing because it's pretty dirty. I'm going to bring out my current dash because I'm switching it up. I'm changing colors. I have done, this is basically the background. Now I need to do the foreground. And actually, I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. Now, let's see if I can not screw this up. whenever I go on to the next step. This is Van Dyke Brown, Van Dyke Brown is one of my all-time favorite colors. It is just such a beautiful brown. And I'm talking, it is one color whenever I was acrylic painting that I always seem to have I ran out of. Because that's just the way I rolled. And I'm going to do a little lighter brown. As I said, sometimes I can see the color names, and sometimes this just says brown. Okay. I'm going to take a dark green. This is dark green. I love whenever the colors are simple. The names are just like to the point. I like that. And I'm going to take, what is this? Charcoal gray. You'll notice I'm using I'm picking much darker colors against this lighter background. And then, what is this one? Sepia. No, I don't want sepia. Grayish black. And then, black. Yeah, I'm putting a lot of black on my palette. So, let's do the foreground. Start by putting some water on here. My colors. Just dripping water to get areas wet. And I'm going to take my Van Dyke Brown and my Just Brown. Haha, I love that. And load up my paintbrush, and I'm going to be, no. Okay, I'm going to turn this so I can, because I'm coloring at an angle. And I'm going to just kind of do a horizon. And it doesn't have to be super duper straight. In fact, hills and valleys are a good thing. I'm going to take a little bit of my green, work it in there, give some of it a little depth. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk right. Send me home. Oh wait, I am home. Ah, can't go back to bed. I'm going to bring in some of the gray into the green. Brown. Kind of making my own colors here. Got a little overpowered with the green there. It's a little too much green. I wanted a hint, not not an overwhelming amount of green. And that's what I kind of did, was overwhelmed on the hills with the green. Because that should be the background and not the foreground. Black to that background hill. Once again, pick up my heat gun that fell on the floor right before I turned the video back on. Got this a little too wet. It's not doing what I want. So I'm drying it out. Dried it out. And I'm having to put my heat gun behind me because, damn it, I keep dropping it. I don't have room on my desk because I have coloring stuff on one side and painting stuff in the middle, and my thing here at the end. It's like, I am a mess. I have too much stuff going on in my life here. Okay. Take a little bit of that gray, add a little black. Come in, make it a little bit more defined. A little green to that gray, black mixture. Because I kind of like that green color there. But I want to kind of define this backer hill a little more. If you saw my palette, you'd think, oh my God, you have a mess. And it is, because everyone's a mess. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. Okay. Once again, you'll notice I'm drying this a lot. It's because I want the colors to be there. And yeah, they're watercolors, but I don't want them overly mixing with the layer underneath. I'm kind of doing a layering technique with the watercolors to get the effects that I want. Okay. So once again, it doesn't fall on the floor again. Okay. Now, this is a part where I may or may not really, totally, and completely screw this up to the point of no return. I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is a number 3. And get some black. Kind of. My original vision of this was I was going to do lots of little trees, and I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think it's going to be a one tree painting, because I'm really afraid of screwing this up. Now that I've got something that I kind of like here. Got my brush too wet. And I know people are going to comment, you need to wipe off your brush more. I probably do, but it is what it is. Yeah, I am double checking to make sure that I turn the thing back on, because frankly I don't want to have to re-record this. Ooh, was a little too dark, too much. That's okay. Do you think I should put another tree? Nah. I kind of like the single tree on an open plain here. Kind of symbolizes how I've been feeling lately. That got a little out of hand. kind of been, to be honest, guys, I've kind of been feeling alone in the world lately. But, you know, just I'll get over it. I know I have friends and that, but tree kind of symbolizes how I've been feeling lately. There was some family drama that went down, and anytime I deal with certain members of my family, I always end up feeling, well, not the best about life. So I'm working through it and getting back to my happy place. Which is what I need to do. And I'll be okay. Let me get past the feelings that family drama brought up, and I'll be okay. Okay. Now, the question is, should I put a house or barn? Yeah, I'm dropping down some more black. I think I'm screwing this up. Yep. Don't like that. Erasing watercolors 101. Paper towel. Luckily, I didn't do it with this scrap on my palette. I come in and re-wet it and fix that error. There are people actually shooting off fireworks. Really, people? That necessary? I don't think so. But okay. Here's what it is. heat gun again. Unless you watch my video, you'll never know that I screwed up, right? I mean, it looks like crap, but that's okay. Okay. I am going to call this done because if I do any more or attempt to do any more, I am just going to make a bloody ass mess out of this. I was going to paint a signature, but I think I'm just going to take a fine liner and put a signature on it. So, it's dry. Miss Rene, I hope this will satisfy you that I have done watercolor. As I said, this was attempt number 3 in an ongoing mess of a day. And I am using my heat gun to take the tape off so that I don't tear the living poo-poo out of the thing, but like that. Last piece, yay! As I rip the paper, you're gonna burn my fingers. Voila! Turn off the heat gun. Sorry for the noise, guys. So, this is my watercolor painting. I hope you like this. If nothing else, it shows you what not to do. This was done with Corinne Neocolor 2s because I cannot use any other type of water medium. So I will take a picture and post it on my page and in Renee's page on Facebook and probably on her Discord. So once I get everything done, and I will be uploading this video shortly. I hope you have a good day. Happy Saturday. It is Memorial Day weekend here in the States. So it's a long weekend. So I am going to soothe myself by pulling out the regular colors, pencils, and a picture. And I'm going to color a picture because this was hard for me. But I got it done and it is finished. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I'm actually rather pleased with the way it turned out. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.